watching Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of My River District. I'm sitting here today with Jennifer Miller, the Executive Director of the Reach Center, and we're going to talk all things River District, Reach Center, great community, and so much more. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Good. How are you, Viveca?
Good. Welcome back. I mean, this is your first time in this studio, but you've been on the River District podcast, I think we called it before.
Yep.
It's now dead to me. So you are no stranger to this. I'm certain that you've been on probably 100 other things as well, because you are such a wonderful person to speak to. So let's jump right in.
Sure.
Reach Center, what is it?
So it's a registered local charity that provides programming for youth and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Okay. And I have been in, and the building
Yes.
is stunning.
Thank you.
When did you open? How did the building get built?
So the Reach Center itself started 10 years ago. So this is our 10th year anniversary this year, which is pretty exciting, serving the community. We bought the facility that we're in now at the height of the pandemic in I think 2021, and opened the doors and have been going strong ever since.
The facility is so beautiful. But before that, where were you then?
Georgian Shores United Church,
Okay.
Education Center, the lower level.
Okay. Well, churches are so great for like space for community groups and stuff. I do with Girl Guides, and we're just in First United, and they have a gym.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was a fantastic opportunity to get this going. It was actually started by a group of sort of parent leaders and caregivers and a physiotherapist that just wanted something more for their adult dependents than a remote control, right?
Absolutely.
So they got together, pooled their resources, hired someone to work with. It's very grassroots.
Love it.
Yeah, and started off with half a dozen families, grew. Now we're, I've got a service rate of over 100 a week.
Wow. Really? I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a great sort of success story for sort of community building initiatives. Yeah, it's pretty.
And you guys do everything.
Yeah, well, it's a busy place. Yeah, it's a busy place.
Well, I mean, the facility itself, you walk in, it's right beside the Greystone building.
It is, yep.
Heading east. And it was what? It was a thrift store at one point.
Yep.
It was, I think, offices at one point.
I think it was a restaurant. It was a gas or an automotive repair place way back in the day. It's been...
And now it doesn't look at all like any of those things.
No.
Because it looks like the Reach Center. I mean, you guys did so much. You painted the outside. It's like a dark gray kind of charcoal color.
Yeah, we had it wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful roof. The amazing patio you have on the outside.
Yes.
That place is stunning.
Thank you. Yes, we utilized every square inch that we possibly could. And it's a fabulous location, let's be honest.
Oh, 100%.
And in the River District, it's walking distance for our participants, even those with ambulatory issues, to get to the library, the art gallery, local cafes, our partners in town. We volunteer at OSHARE, that kind of thing, so we can get back and forth, which is great. And I will say that the facility itself was done by our volunteers at the height of the pandemic, almost 24/7 in shifts of, because of the whole COVID thing of, 6 people on rotation all day, all night, ripped it right down to the studs. And
everything it is kind of modular.
It is,
like,
yeah.
It's gorgeous. I think there's like one office in the front or something like that. There's a space that I remember sitting in.
Yep.
But it's one big room when you walk in. It's got a beautiful kitchen. I would kill for that kitchen. Towards the back, it's got kind of a gym movement room on the side.
Yep.
And then around it, there's like art rooms and there's side access to the patio. And everything is white and bright and glorious. And I wish my house looked like that.
Yes, we're pretty blessed to have the space that we have. It's just over 4,000 square feet, not including the fully utilized exterior space.
Sure.
And it is a commercially permitted teaching kitchen, which is fully accessible. So they do work on, one of the streams is nutrition and wellness. And so they work on, what constitutes healthy snacks, meal preparation. They do a lot of baking in there for our social enterprise initiative.
A lot of great baking.
A lot of great baking, yes. And they're very proud of that. And the sort of the common area, all the sort of tables and space, as you said, are modular. So we have a lot of community groups that utilize our space for meetings, etc., which is great.
Can you rent the kitchen?
You can rent our space out, which is awesome. It's basically $50 an hour.
Seems pretty reasonable.
Right? You just leave it how you found it.
Yeah.
So, like Special Olympics and like different groups are using the space because we run Monday to Thursday from 9 to 4.
Right.
Which means Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's open.
Right.
To be utilized.
Making a couple bucks while that's doing it and give people a nice, clean, wonderful space that's completely modular. You can have just about anything in there. I think all the tables are on like little casters and stuff.
Yep. They lock and unlock, so you can move them. That's what we do when we have our epic dances where no parentals are allowed twice a
still
year.
A disco ball up?
Oh yeah, we bring it. When we do a dance, we do a dance.
Well, it's wild. You guys have plugs up on like the rafters so that you can like have lights and speakers and stuff going. You're like, where am I?
Yeah. So we do 2 events a year that help with, we have a wait list. So help with waitlist management is open to the developmental sector. So not just REACH participants, but their friends from Special Olympics or wherever else, or community living could come and hang out. So that's Halloween and Valentine's. So and when we do it, it's a full spread, prizes, the whole thing. It's a lot of fun.
That's incredible. And I mean, you walk in to the location and you're in a shop. In a beautiful little boutique shop. Yes,
that's our learning shop, and everything in there is made by program participants to support the agency, the ones that like to do that kind of thing. We have volunteers that come in and do a craft club with them every week that helps put stuff together. They're busy right now working on inventory to gear up for our Christmas market, which will be coming in November, which will be a lot of fun. And they're embrace the whole principle of reuse, repurpose, recycle. So a lot of the things in there are about utilizing existing materials, because we have 3 sort of strategic pillars that we work with. Skill acquisition for independence, obviously being the first and primary.
Sure.
And what independence looks like is different for every single participant, obviously. Meaningful contribution to community is the second major pillar, and friendship. And the meaningful contribution piece also includes being a good citizen, which means understanding the environment and our role in creating good spaces and being responsible for our choices on a bigger scale than just, what to have for lunch kind of thing.
Yeah, and just to talk about the community and things like that, you guys have taken out the community cleanup carts from City Hall more than anybody else. You guys need medals. And it's become such a routine thing now. They're just like, hey, I want to rent it. I'm like, cool, you're done. Here it is, ready to go. They know exactly when to return it. It's always in really great condition. And they're forever cleaning up the streets and the parks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody accidentally litters every day. Something falls out of your purse or whatever, and that creates litter. And it's a group like REACH Center who go out and they'll pick it up and just make it a little bit cleaner for everybody.
Yep, and that's sort of the piece about being a good citizen.
Yeah.
And our sort of collective responsibility for making the world a better place.
Well, and they work with the police as well.
They do, yep.
Excellent relationship with Jason Craney.
Yep, not just Jason, but Bishop. I mean, they're all awesome partners. We do an annual fundraising barbecue that they host at REACH, which is great. But we also once a week, that's one of our locations for our community pop-up bakeries.
Right.
So we go to different locations where they take the treats that they make, they package, and then a small group with the facilitator goes out to work on labor transfer skills.
Okay.
So social pragmatics, they have to come clean, they have to be presentable, be in the right frame of mind to be sort of ambassadors of the agency and community. They work on all of those things, introducing themselves, explaining what a product is, money management, time management. That's one of the locations that much covet because they're always so happy to see the participants, which is great.
Well, because they bring snacks too.
They bring snacks and the police are just cool. You know,
Yes.
they're like superheroes for my population,
Sure.
so which is kind of neat. So they're pretty excited to go there. But we also go to Grey County. They're a partner. Bruce Grey Children and Family Services is a partner. Nortown Plaza. So Northridge Property Management has a series of locations, the BDO building. So we do all of those in partnership with them. So yeah, it's every day there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
We've renewed our agreement with the Blue Water Association of Lifelong Learning.
Okay.
So they're restarting their annual lecture series. They're pretty interesting, cool topics, and we do the coffee service for them.
Where are those? When are those?
Those are at the Bayshore.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a group. It's a lot of retired teachers, but they bring in guest speakers that are really quite interesting. There's local information. There's they'll do a series on history, and you can register and sign up for them. I think they're still doing the option of by Zoom or in person. If they're in person, they're at the community center. And we provide the coffee and tea service at break.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun. It's a great partnership. So yeah.
And you guys have a cart that you push around with all these snacks on it and stuff like that when you go to these places.
We do, and they have taps, so they're learning how to do all of that stuff when we go out as well for different processing of different payment methods. And the goal is for them to establish connections and relationships and feel comfortable and confident in a variety of different community settings, so that it not only changes the perspective of the community, the value of the participants and what they have to contribute, but it also gives them a sense of belonging and that meaningful contribution piece.
Absolutely. So just to flip back before we go to break, the center has the shop.
Yep, the learning shop. Yep,
the learning shop, and is that open
whenever we are?
Okay, so Monday through Thursday.
Monday to Thursday, 9 to 4. Yep, you can come in, shop. Always happy to help you.
And the items in there, like you were saying, are sustainable and wonderful works of art that these participants have made. There's everything from, what is it, like the worker bee little hotel that I saw ages ago that I regret not buying. Jewelry, ornaments in the winter in particular. Everything. Coasters. We did bee houses from reclaimed, recycled tin cans. I mean, we've got repurposed denim bags that we turned into wine carriers for hostess gifts. Sure. They make, herb de Provence, because we have an edible garden outside that they tend and use in the nutrition stream. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's a cool place. You should come check it out. Yeah, everybody else, because I've been there lots. No, it's really, really wonderful. And there's such a variation in what kinds of items are there. Right. That you can find just about anything for anyone. Yep. And we do get a lot of teachers that come in and order, gifts for their colleagues, or we have principals that come in, administrators to order for staff. And so we do a lot of that, staff appreciation gifts, put stuff together. So, and they're very, very proud to have those things out in community, which is pretty neat. That's incredible. I want to talk about that a little bit more when we come back after this break.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the set of Attack Rap. I'm your host this year, Nick Kennedy. This coming episode, we've got new head coach Scott Ray joining us here on the program, where we're going to break down the upcoming year and the last two exhibition games. So make sure you tune in here on Rogers TV for all your Attack action.
Welcome to Central Westside United Church.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Hi, and welcome back to My River District. I'm sitting down today with Jennifer Miller, the Executive Director of Reach Center. And as of right now, we've spoken about really the center in itself and what that looks like, and the fact that you can rent it out if you have stuff on the weekends. It'd be a great place to hold like a small Christmas party or something like that, right?
And we've had bridal showers, we've had all kinds of stuff go on there. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking about the store that's in there every single day when you guys are in there. So Monday to Thursday, 9
to 4.
9 to 4.
Yep.
Perfect. And you had mentioned that there were people who were purchasing things kind of more in bulk for holiday gifts and stuff like that. We're in September. It's all coming up very quickly.
It is.
What kind of things do you make for those kind of bulk orders, and how would somebody go around about ordering that?
Pretty much most of the things in the shop, if you wanted, you could come and speak to either myself or Carolyn or any one of our team and let them know what you're interested in, or you can send us an email and let us know what you're interested in, and we do our best.
Okay.
We also have a new partnership with the Rail Museum, where we have things that the participants have made in there.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. One of our big things is the Reach in the Jar, this right here. So it's
Coconut curry.
coconut curry soup is one of the flavors. They do 3 flavors of soup and a dessert in a jar every year. And the participants work, they do taste tests to figure out what flavors they're going to offer, and then they work on all the assembly and the packaging. They go out and sell them because the proceeds from this go towards supporting the program.
Okay.
Because we are a registered charity with no government funding whatsoever. So everything we do, we rely on our community to support, and we've been very blessed with the community that we have. But this is one of our 2 major annual fundraisers. So hot off the presses, this isn't even available to anybody yet. We're doing the coconut curry, winter chili, split pea, and then a spiced butterscotch and chocolate chip oatmeal cookie.
Yes, I will take 10.
Yes,
No,
so
I
that's
mean,
our
these are perfect gifts,
hostess gifts.
right?
Yeah,
They last forever.
Yes, they do have quite a long shelf.
And I mean, buying one of these from the Reach Center, you can buy them in the grocery store to some avail, but this goes to the community, so you might as well just buy it and do something really great for the community as well.
Yes, and support a program that helps some of our most vulnerable, right?
Absolutely. Now, if somebody wanted to make a donation to the Reach Center, how do they do that?
Lots of ways to do that.
Okay.
The old-fashioned way is to pop in and drop off a check or money, but you can also do it online through Canada Helps, through our website, through Facebook, PayPal donate. There's not too many options that you can't sort of show your support if that's something you'd like to do.
Sure, of course. And I mean, you said like you're not government funded.
Correct.
This has to be self-funded in some way, and it helps such a great sector of the community. You need to reach out and help.
Yes, we have to fundraise for every glue stick and cheese string that we have. And with a service rate of over 100 a week, and we celebrate every single birthday, every single participant as well.
So just about every single day.
Yep, there's some excuse to have a little party. Yep.
Never need an excuse.
Well, but yeah, so we definitely rely on our community and grants and different things to be able to do what we do.
And how many employees are there?
6.
6 full-time employees?
5 full-time and 1 part-time.
Excellent. And they all have sort of their own little specialties in which they can teach and support and all of that kind of stuff.
So they're program facilitators, supplemented by a legion of awesome volunteers. We always love and appreciate our volunteers. But, we have Mark, who's our creative expressions and art facilitator. We have Robin, who is our nutrition and wellness facilitator. Bailey is our fitness and health facilitator, and Rebecca is our life skills facilitator. So, and Carolyn's our manager. So it's that sort of core crew of awesome human beings that make it all happen.
Yeah, and you guys are always doing different things.
Yes.
You're always willing to try something new.
Absolutely.
Execute a new project. What have you worked on the last couple of months?
Well, we did a fabulous community art quilt project thanks to the support of the Community Foundation's Grey Bruce.
Okay.
Where we sent out kits with watercolor paper to a variety of stakeholders, from seniors to Safe and Sound to schools to elementary schools, and said, if you're inspired, they're just 5x5. What does community mean to you? And just paint something and submit it. And we were hoping for 50 submissions. We got just under 200.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which was awesome. And it's going to be part of the exhibition that's coming up with a partnership we have with the Tom.
Okay.
Yep, so that's September 28th is the opening from 2 to 4, and we hope everybody comes out because the participants are pretty excited.
Yep.
But that was a juried art celebrating neurodiversity. So it's creative pathways, people submitted pieces, it was juried, the selection was made by a panel. And those are going to be featured in the South Gallery, which is pretty freaking awesome.
That's amazing. And are they
Yeah.
going to be built out like a quilt or more separated?
So it's sort of all put together, all the pieces are put together in this large size of this wall kind of thing of
That'll
submission.
be incredible.
Yeah.
And so you said the opening of that is September 28th.
28th, yep, Saturday, September 28th from 2 to 4.
2 to 4. Awesome. And so people just come in, make a donation to the Tom, or are they making a donation to you?
We'll probably have a donation box there, but I know both entities are great community organizations that need support. So likely if you were to make a donation there, it would be for the Tom, which helps them be able to do awesome partnerships like the one with Reach.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I did see it come up on several occasions, participants and stuff, going on social media and sharing and then that kind of stuff. So it'll be lovely to see it together.
Yeah, and there's some fantastic artworks that came in from across Grey Bruce that will be featured, which is pretty exciting because, when you self-identify as neurodiverse, sometimes even just the process of submitting is overwhelming despite having a significant talent. So a lot of work was done by the Tom in partnership with us to really look at the submission process, the forms themselves. How do we simplify? How do we reduce barriers? How do we encourage people to participate? And there's even a couple of Reach participants that were selected, and their works will be featured at the Tom, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And so again, that opening is on September 28th from 2 until 4 p.m.
Yes.
The Tom is right on First Avenue West, right beside the library. Everybody is welcome. I believe their elevator is now working, so it's fully accessible. They had a new ramp built this year.
Yep.
Easy peasy, just about anybody can get in there. And of course, they're always willing to help if you do have some issues on mobility. So
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So what else do you have kind of in the future that you're working towards?
So like I said, our big thing is the Reach in the Jar fundraiser that we're working on. That kicks off September 15th. So participants go out and again work on all those social pragmatics to sell jars to support their program. A lot of what we do is about self-advocacy, but also ownership.
Okay.
Right? So they have to take ownership for their own success. So families support participants reaching out to friends, family, and their network to purchase jars, and then they work on the assembly. Last year we sold, some ridiculous amount, like 1,200 jars. So it's a process, and all the jars are put together and moved out, this first week of November, so that there's plenty of time for holiday giving and distribution before the holidays.
And so where can you purchase them?
Starting September 15th, you can purchase them in the Learning Shop.
Okay.
And you can make orders through any participant that you know. Like I said, we have lots and lots of families that are part of the program and volunteers. So any one of them can put an order in. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so would we go to the location to pick it up, or are they delivered, or?
Yeah, we would call you when the order's ready for pickup and you would come pick them up.
Excellent. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Big plans for, a holiday party or anything like that?
Well, next is the Halloween party, which is a big deal. So that's our next big event, and then we do a holiday party where every participant also gets a gift. For some of our families, there's certainly a socioeconomic piece that will be one of the only gifts. So we do that. We have our friends from, a group from RBC that come out and help wrap gifts because there's lots of them.
Sure.
So that they're all hidden in surprise. It's not something we can have participants help do, wrap their own presents, right, naturally. So we rely on our volunteers for that. So that's that. And then we have Valentine's dance in February, and that's a big deal. And then we start training and gearing up for our annual walk run for Reach, which is 1, 3, or 5K, which is our second major fundraiser, and we always get a fantastic turnout, and we get lots of prizes for raffles and all kinds of good things for that.
Right. So when does that one come up?
Usually it's the first weekend in May.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Excellent. So not so hot that you're going to
no.
Yeah.
No. But we, usually have some really awesome sponsors for that, and everyone that registers gets a T-shirt, like the whole thing, and they get numbers and all of that. So it's pretty cool, and participants work really, really hard getting pledges and training. They're, all starting, in the new year, they're training over at the Bayshore, doing laps and working on endurance and setting goals for themselves. Yeah, it's a big deal. Yep.
Definitely more fit than me.
You and me both.
Yeah. Do one lap. We're done.
Yeah.
I'll do a half K. That's incredible. So first week of May, but you start getting pledges and things like that prior.
Yeah, about March.
About March, okay. Yep. And how would one go about signing up to be part of that in any sort of capacity? Yeah,
so that's all through our website. We have registration forms there, and in partnership with Canada Helps for pledges and putting a team in and all of those good things. So just like any other kind of community walk. So. And
where's it going to be taking place? Do you know?
Well, this past year we used to do it at the park, Harrison Park, the back entrance to Harrison Park, and we tried it this year down at Bayshore. In the back of Bayshore, and that worked well. The weather was a little intense right on the water.
Sure.
But it worked well, and so I think that's likely where we're going to do it again, because it's nice paved.
Sure.
So that for the ones with ambulatory issues, for the person pushing them to participate, it's not as challenging as gravel. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Yeah. So we've got, you've got a Halloween party coming up.
Yep.
You've participated in the Owen Sound studio tour.
Yep. Yep.
And what did you show there?
So we just opened our studio space, and they've been working hard on having all of their sketchbooks and art books available, and it's totally wrapped with art that they've been working on in anticipation for that around the room.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And then September 28th, you've got the opening at the Tom, 2 to 4 p.m. And thank you so much for coming on and telling us more about Reach. Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4.
Yep.
Head in there, check out the gift shop. Make sure you sign up for your holiday jars. And I want to thank you all for joining me again, this time on My River District.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the kidney walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
I was severely abused as a child. I'm 77 now, but still have nightmares. I'm too weak. Can you please pray for me?